your girl, Tina Marie J. How long is it gonna take for you guys to get tired of that? I don't really care. Hey, I'm just messing with you guys. Someone actually gave me an idea to do this video, but I kind of also came up with it on my own because I was like, this would make a good video. Okay, so my last video, if you guys saw, which I'll make sure that I post it down below. Matter of fact, I'll put it right up here as well for you. I talked about the LGBT and how to speak to your children in a nice, healthy dialogue. What's this? Ooh, chocolate. I love Hershey. Back to what I was saying. I want to talk about children who feel that they may be gay. Maybe they know, maybe they don't. Now, there's one thing that really kind of bugs me is when people are like, they're too young to know, they don't know what they're talking about, they're just going through the stages, they're confused. Especially right now with everything that's going on in the media and the way that people think that the media is trying to push this gay agenda, as I like to call it. A lot of people will sweep it under the rug and say a child is confused if they express in any kind of way that they are not attracted to the opposite sex. First of all, let's just get this out. A lot of people that I know who are gay today have told me that they knew from a long time ago. Maybe when they were really young, like elementary school young, they didn't know I'm gay or I'm lesbian or even I'm bi, but they know that their feelings are a little bit different. And once they get to that middle school age, that's that age where they're going through puberty and they're starting to kind of learn a little bit more about themselves and learn what they like and what they don't like, then that's when they really start to know. What if you're speaking to your child about the LGBT community and little do you know, but your child just may end up being a part of that community in the future? You don't know. And this is another reason why I personally, as a parent, believe that it's very important that you do have open conversations with your children. It is not healthy if you start a conversation with, oh, that's bad, it's a sin, you shouldn't interact with gay people, or you shouldn't engage in that kind of activity, that kind of behavior. You're saying all of these words, and it's putting gay and lesbian and bisexuality in a negative light. And you may not know your child might possibly see things in that way. And now they start to look at themselves and reflect and think, well, am I a bad person? I can never tell them how I feel. Look at how they think about the gay community. How can I tell them that I might be gay myself? So this is why you really want to make sure that you're open and honest, because you want them to be open and honest with you. You don't want your child to go out there into the real world and other people put their bad energy and their bad thoughts and their bad assumptions, their negative assumptions onto your child about what they think it is to be gay, and then now your child thinks that they are a bad person. Really, my whole series on the LGBT is not just for Christians, but it's for both Christians and non-Christians, because there are many non-believers or atheists out there who are homophobic and who look very down upon those who are a part of the LGBT community. So a couple of talking points that I came up with, I want to kind of just run through with you guys and just give you a little bit of my personal opinion as well as maybe some advice. And I kind of had like a little experience with a couple of things, so I do want to give you whatever advice I can give you. None of these talking points go in any particular order. These are just things that we should be doing as a parent, no matter what, in general. We want as parents to be compassionate and show compassion towards the gay community and towards our own children, because let's say that you do have a child who is dealing with gay feelings. You don't want them to feel like there's no compassion in the household. You don't want to put out your negative thoughts and your negative energy on how you feel about the gay community and put that onto your children who may possibly be a part of that community. By not being compassionate, it's like we're basically punishing our children for opening up to us. You may not understand it, but you do have to show compassion, because number one, that's your child, and number two, they're expressing themselves to you. They're telling you how they feel. So by us just shutting them down and saying, no, 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 you have to only be with a girl because you're a boy and this is wrong and this is bad, you're confused. All you're doing is sweeping everything under the rug, and you're forcing them to ignore these feelings that they have. What if someone was to try to make you believe that you were gay instead of believing that you are actually in fact straight? What if you are a woman and you like men? Do you want anyone to come to you and say, no, you're supposed to like women, you're supposed to like women? Imagine how you feel if your entire life you've always liked the opposite sex, and then suddenly someone comes to you and tells you you're wrong. Well, that's basically how they feel. It's the same thing with religion. It's like someone telling you, you have to believe in this and that. It really goes the same in a lot of areas of our life. My next point that I came up with is understanding. You may not understand why your child feels this way. You may be going through all these thoughts like, did I not raise you right? Did I not give you enough Barbie dolls? Did I not put you in enough dresses and pink and glittery type of sequin stuff? Understand that you don't have to understand your child's feelings and emotions that they're expressing to you, but you do have to understand that those are their feelings. Understand that this is how they feel, and they're opening up to you. They're telling you, I feel different from the other kids in my class. And as a parent, compassion and understanding go hands in hand. So understand that they are trying by talking to you, because think about how difficult that has to be. That is not easy to just go to your parent and tell them that you feel like you just might be gay, but you don't really understand it, but you know that there's something different about you. Some parents pick up on it right away, and some parents are just kind of in denial. The ones who are in denial are the ones who really do have a problem with the gay community, though they may not admit it. But in order for you to be in denial, you have to have some sort of problem, unless your kid really doesn't show any kind of signs. But as a parent, you usually can sense these things. Love is very important. Love is something that all children need, even through adulthood, especially from their parents. Not every child or teenager or adult who has come out and expressed their sexual identity to their family receives love in return. We show love to our kids by listening to them, by showing compassion, and by understanding that this is how they feel and this is a hard thing for them to go through. Plus, they're gonna get a lot of hate out there. I hate to say it, but they really are. And it's really sad and it's real messed up to say. But this is just the world. The world is disgusting. And the last thing that any child should ever see is a negativity and hate from their own parents. So if your child comes to you and tells you that they feel like they're having these feelings that feels different from other kids, show them love. Just show them love. It's really not that hard. Show them some love. My last talking point is acceptance. They're gonna be whoever they are. As parents, our job is not to make our children into the man or woman we want them to be, because we're trying to make them into the person that we ourselves think we're supposed to be. Our job actually is to guide them and to help them along the way. Even through adulthood, you continue to guide them in some way and to help them. But we are not here to make them who we want them to be. So if you have a son and he's very flamboyant, don't try to make him a boy. Don't try to make him a boy who's into sports. Maybe he doesn't like sports, he wants to do dance. That's just who he is. Don't try to make your child the person that you think they're supposed to be. Instead, help them and guide them. So we want to show acceptance all the time. No matter what, we want to accept our children. We should accept our children. I can't imagine myself not accepting my children. My kids could be freaking psycho killer murderers. I'll accept them while they're in prison. I love them. You may not be okay, and I'm not saying you should accept and be like, oh, it's okay, go ahead, be gay and be free, if that's not how you really feel. But accept that this is who they are, and at some point you are going to have to learn to kind of go around that and to love them regardless. Because if you don't accept your children for the person that they are or the person that they become, then you're going to question yourself as a parent, think you did something wrong, and then you're going to make them feel like they're wrong for being the person that they truly are. When really, just because you're a parent doesn't mean you're always right. And just because you don't agree with your child's choices in life or the moves that they make doesn't mean that they actually are doing anything wrong. But sometimes we have to really try to put ourselves in the other person's shoes. Kids are a lot more smarter than we think, and they understand a lot more than we know. So love, acceptance, and putting yourself in their shoes, remembering when you were a kid, and just remembering that you're a parent. You're here to love your child. For those of you who did go through this, let me know down in the comments below. How did you feel growing up as a kid? Maybe we can get some people here who are supporters of this channel who've already gone through it, and just kind of get your tips and advice on how it was growing up, especially if you grew up in a religious household. Check down below in the description box for all the information on how to get in contact with me. Also, don't forget, I do have my Teespring down below. Go check out some of my shirts. If you want to support this channel, give me a nice big thumbs up. Do like my videos if you like the videos. And if you do want to watch more, then subscribe. I also have my PayPal down below for anyone who wants to support the channel in donations. I love you guys all so much.
Baby,